Hi, I'm Angela. I used to play for Sheffield Wednesday Ladies and Sheffield United Ladies in the late 80s and early 90s, and I used to play left mid because I'm very left-footed. I found in the 80s it was never encouraged really for your girls to play football. I found that out as I joined secondary school, that girls couldn't play football, so we were told we could either go and play netball or hockey, and as a left-handed person, hockey's not good. So it's all the wrong way around. But I was good at netball because I was tall. But that suddenly sort of made me think, well, I can do something about this. I started asking around because the late 80s was when women's football was starting to really start up in South Yorkshire. So my dad started asking around, and we realised there was a really good team in Sheffield Wednesday Ladies, well respected and seemed to be doing all right. So I started going along. My dad took me 2 or 3 times to go over to training. But the setup was really good. It was at Middlewood training ground, so you could use all the first team pitches, training pitches. When we went to away games, it was the first team coach we could use. The coaches were really good. It was a really good setup. It was good because when you got people that really believed in ladies football, you got some really good coaches. And I think that, like I said, if you get people on your side, it was really starting to turn things for us and for the generations after me and the people after me. I joined, I think, about 88. So when I was about 14, and I stayed until I got the sort of rumour that Sheffield United were going to start a ladies team, and as obviously a United fan, that was my dream. It's your dream to play for your home club, your own club, isn't it? So as soon as I heard that, it was early 90s that they were starting that up, I started sort of pestering the team, really asking my friends what was happening, and got on some trials up at the university playing fields up at Norton Ladies. That's where they were doing all the sessions. So I had a good sort of year with them, I think. I believe I might have been in the under-18 squad, not the adult squad. And then they were doing this merger with Sheffield Hallam University. So that brought the under-18 squad and the Sheffield Hallam Ladies together to form Sheffield United Ladies. And then I think underneath there was some other northern and southern leagues, wasn't there, in that? And then that Yorkshire one came in for about that time, probably 93, 94. It was a constantly changing environment because ladies football was just suddenly developing so quickly and getting so professional so quickly. I think the sad thing for me, I went to university in Birmingham and played for their team in 93. When I came back in 96, I couldn't get back in the team because it was too good by then. It had really took off, Sheffield United Ladies, by then. And so my time had finished by the time I came back in 96 to the city. But like I said, it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. And it's that legacy we can leave behind, knowing that we've challenged some barriers there and said, yes, girls can play football. Let us have a go, at least at school. So then, yes, that was my playing career. At the same time, my brother, who's 4 years younger than me, he was at Beechief Baptist Cubs, and they all wanted to play football. So I said, tell you what, let's form a football team and I'll be your manager. So I became a football manager at the age of about 16. So I was the manager of Beechief Baptist Boys, and the first game was my dad said, I'll organise a friendly, I know somebody. So he said, my friend will give you a game, and it turned out to be Handsworth Boys, one of the best teams in Sheffield. We were 7-0 down at half time and my goalkeeper walked off crying. So it was a bit of a baptism of fire in terms of management. Luckily we talked him round to go back in goal for the second half. So we lost that game. Second game, it was another friendly and we won. By which time I'd borrowed a kit off somebody, so we actually looked a bit more professional because the first game was in white t-shirts, that's all we'd got. And the second game, we'd actually borrowed some kit off somebody, which is the colour, not of my choice, but it was the colour that was going, so that was the colours we wore. So it was great, and like I said, it was something that wasn't planned, it was something that just happened, and I'm always one of these people to take opportunities. So I can say I'm a football manager as well, a female football manager. No one's ever asked me, and this is the first time I've ever spoke about it. I'm proud to say I've played for both Sheffield teams. There's not many, male or female, that can say they've played for both Sheffield teams. And yeah, this gives me the opportunity to actually speak out and say what actually was happening around the late 80s and early 90s in Sheffield in terms of ladies football. We did have to sometimes stand up for ourselves. I don't remember any discrimination. I don't remember anything horrible happening. I think people were just happy to see their football teams get a ladies section as a ladies team. So it's quite exciting times. We were pushing, like I said, something unknown, something new.